Welcome back to Animal X. But throughout history, not all encounters with wild animals have had a tragic ending, especially when it's said to have been sent by a higher power to protect us, like South Africa's mysterious spirit lion.
The African lion. It's a creature of legendary power and majesty. But could it be a link between the spirit world and our own? In Africa, many people believe it is. The trail begins in the ancient stone ruins of the Monomotapa culture. It was here that historians unearthed early traces of the Monduru, or lion cult. First recorded almost 5 centuries ago, it could be much older. Animal X travelled to Zimbabwe in southern Africa, to the northeastern border with Mozambique. The kingdom of Monomotapa was a complex and sophisticated civilization, its origins shrouded in the mists of time. It's the speciality of this local historian and member of parliament.
Some of the powerful ancestors, especially chiefs, when they die, their spirits come back in the form of a cub, a little lion, which grows into a big lion.
This reincarnation theory is one interpretation. Another is the movement of a spirit from a dead ancestor to a grown lion. Traditionally, many Africans practice a form of ancestor worship. Spirit mediums like Peter Sibanda contact the spirits of departed ancestors to obtain advice for the living. Nyasha Maziwa would like to understand his own encounter with a spirit lion. Peter believes Nyasha met Queen Nahanda, the legendary resistance leader and spirit medium killed by white settlers early this century.
When she was executed, she then said, "When I die, my bones will arise and fight and continue my cause." So when Nyasha was in the liberation movement and the others, we believe they were all inspired by Mbuya Nehanda, and Queen Nehanda was a lion.
Zimbabwe's liberation forces crossed from their bases in Mozambique into the northeast of the country to conduct their guerrilla war of attrition. The fighters were mostly young, little more than school children before they took up the Kalashnikov rifle to free their country. Nyasha was one such idealist. His war name meant the one who finishes the job. His clan's totem animal was the lion. The clan totem of Queen Nahanda was also the lion. She was the spiritual inspiration of the guerrillas. An enemy airstrike took the guerrillas by surprise. Outgunned and overwhelmed, there was little they could do but scatter into their surrounding bush for cover. Nyasha had to run for his life, his only chance to evade the marauding jets that screamed overhead. His memory of that moment is still vivid.
I lost part of my section and I was alone. Then I didn't even know where to go. I was completely lost. I really couldn't figure out the directions.
Not knowing where he was, and without the support and firepower of his comrades, Nyasha had landed in a very dangerous predicament. At any moment, he might blunder into the enemy and be captured or killed. And with their presence in the area known, it was imperative to cross back into Mozambique and regain his own lines. The bush seemed alive with menace, and that's when he spotted the lion. Nyasha's first thought was escape, but the lion seemed to head him off. Warily, Nyasha tried to circle off in the other direction, but the lion turned him back.
My initial reaction was that I was going to be attacked, but then when he didn't attack me, I then started thinking about that. And also, I think during the war, we believed in the strength of the spirit mediums, and I think we always invoked the name of Mbuya Nehanda. And so that's when I thought maybe let me follow the lion.
So instead of running, Nyasha decided to trust the lion and go with it. It may seem incredible to the Western mind, but to an African steeped in a tradition of ancestor worship, it was clear that the lion intended to help him. Eventually, he found his way back. From the account of Nyasha's comrades in arms, their first thought was to hide from the lion. But the lion, it seemed, was not to be feared. To them, the answer was soon obvious. The creature was possessed by a spirit sent to watch over them. It was just as Queen Nahanda had promised.
People should not just think this is superstition, because these things do happen, but the fact that we don't understand them doesn't mean that they don't exist.
So the Monduru cult still thrives in Zimbabwe, and spirit lions, it seems, still haunt the bush.
It's said there are stranger things in heaven and earth than we can think of. You've just seen some of them on Animal X.